Back on Morning Line. Thanks for joining us. Professor Thomas Schwartz is with us from Vanderbilt. We're taking your phone calls on the election. New developments. We're doing this every week, and I love hearing from you as well. Your take on where things are going. You can sound off now. Lots of people watching. Let's go next to Brian. Good morning, Brian.
Professor in the parlor with the candlestick. Did he just say white privilege?
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me. He's a benefactor of the Vanderbilt family. They're a powerful family, and oh, jeez, I'll just ignore that for a second. But you were slamming that guy the other day that called him and said there's a lot of media bias for Hillary Clinton. And then right after that show, I found out about Donna Brazile giving questions to Hillary's team when she was working for CNN in the primary debate against Bernie. I would encourage all Bernie voters to vote for Trump.
But do you know what, and you're right, the circumstances in Brazil, I guess, is resigned or was let go, but you realize she did forward, some indication to all the candidates what she thought the question was going to be about.
She specifically got it from Roland Martin at News One, which is a black news organization.
Do you know what the question was, though, Brian? The question was going to be about the lead in the water, and this was in Flint. Like surprised that question was going to be asked?
It happened twice.
Were you surprised that question was going to be asked? You don't think Hillary knew that question was coming anyway? Come on, get real.
Yeah, I think she did.
You'd have to be an idiot to think that's not being asked in Flint.
Voter fraud, Pennsylvania. Now, a lot of people say, there are 59 precincts in Philadelphia that were 100% Obama. Big deal. These are 100% precincts of black people. And some of those precincts were like one building only with like 100 people in it. So it's no big deal. However, I'm going to tell you, flashpoint election night, watch Pennsylvania. There's going to be some violence that breaks out in some of the polls. I'm not going to say there's any gunfire, but there may be some riots. This stuff's going to hit the fan election night.
Now, why do you think that'll happen in Philly?
Because Pennsylvania, you need Ohio, Florida, and Pennsylvania, okay? And then he wins it if he gets maybe New Hampshire or one other state. So Pennsylvania, man, I'm telling you, all of the west and north of Pennsylvania is voting for Trump. The only places voting for Clinton are Philadelphia, and not even that much of Pittsburgh is voting for her. But she could take it if she gets so many aggressive votes. And then people are just getting wild. And I'm telling you, some people are going to be coming in from the suburbs to watch those polls, which are almost like 100% black, and those people aren't going to put up with it. And then there's just going to be stuff's going to break out. All kind of crap's going to go down. I guarantee you. I think the president should back off.
I do worry.
I think Obama, he's a great guy, but I think he should stop campaigning immediately.
Well, I do worry about, some type of, violence, whatever. This has been such a heated time. I wonder about these poll watchers, whether, Democrat or Republican poll watchers. I can tell you, if I go into a poll to vote, I don't care if someone's standing there, but if they get in my face, they better look out. I'm not going to put up with any of that crap. Okay, now they want to watch and they observe something that maybe is wrong. I guess that. Talk about the role of poll watchers, where individual campaigns may send someone out to watch. They intimidate, they're going to get it right between the eyes. But I mean, what do you think?
Well, this could be unusual because, of course, Trump has encouraged people to do this.
Well, what are they looking for? I wonder.
That's a good question.
See, my question is, can you tell? I mean, if you're there watching fraud, now if I'm there poll watching and I see a campaign or a poll worker trying to advocate for one candidate or the other, certainly I'd report that, and that's wrong. And I think it's good that you watch that. But I mean, you're not going to be in the booth with them while they're voting. So what are these poll watchers doing, or are they there somehow to intimidate?
I think the latter. I mean, some of this would be designed to intimidate, to somehow discourage people from voting by their presence. I tend to doubt. I doubt the caller's assumption that there'll be violence in Philadelphia. I don't think the Trump campaign is organized enough to actually get enough people to do this in the way that which they're suggesting. Now, you might get sporadic fistfights or something like that going on, but I just don't think. I have a feeling that this is one of those fears that won't be realized. I'm certainly hopeful.
I hope you're right. Yeah. I hope you're right. Let's go to Grady. Hi, Grady.
Hi, Nicholas, Dr. Schwartz. I want to tell you now, we've seen Donald Trump come out with a speech he made about women. And if anybody has children, girls, or if they're married to a woman, or if they even respect women at all, for this fool. He thinks because he's rich, he's got money, he can do anything to women. And what the downvote has got to be part of this thing too. They come out yesterday, of course, when Obama got in there, they said they were going to be a do-nothing Congress. They was going anti-everything he come up with. Now they come up with a Supreme Court nominee. If Hillary nominates one, they said they're going to go 4 years without doing their job. And their job is to appoint the ninth member of the Supreme Court. I'll hang up with y'all's comment, but you know we got to shut down Congress and shut down Senate, and you know this can't keep going on. I'll hang up.
Thank you very much. Yeah, was it Ted Cruz that suggested that absurdity?
Yes. Yeah.
That's if you're a congressperson and you do that, you ought to be impeached. Because the bottom line is, and now I'm not saying you vote for whoever the candidate nominates. I'm just saying that you have a responsibility to put it up for a vote. Yeah. If you don't like them, vote them down, and then they have to bring you another one. But to just flat out say, I'm not going to consider anyone this candidate, whether it's Clinton or Trump that nominates it. That's absurd. It's wrong, and frankly, I think it's un-American.
Well, Cruz is trying to regain some of the image that he had as this defier of the Democrats and challenger, and so he's
the
been
Democrats certainly haven't
extreme.
won this yet,
No,
and
right.
if Trump wins, I would hate to see Democrats on the other side say, well, we're not going to vote on any of his nominees. That would be wrong. Yeah. And then meanwhile, you're sitting there with the Supreme Court that's 8-8, so you get 4-4 deadlocks and nothing gets done.
Right.
Are people just stupid, Professor?
Well,
are they just so partisan they just don't get it?
Yeah, I think partisanship.
Whatever happened to compromise? If I were the president, one way or the other, I think whoever wins will have a responsibility to bring not maybe their first choice for a Supreme Court, but someone that is moderate enough that both sides can live with it. Okay, I would have to do that. I would want to bring one. I'd say, well, that may not have been my first choice. He or she is a little more liberal or conservative than me, but I'm going to put them out there because I think the other side can live with that and we can get something done. Yeah. Whatever happened to compromise?
Well, I agree with you completely. I think one of the problems is, though, that people now see the Supreme Court as much more political than they once did. And they think that the key decisions are being made there that politicians avoid making, and so that they want to control that process much more than they once did.
Okay. Well, let's go to Ted. Hi, Ted.
Hey.
Hey, Ted, what's on your mind?
All right, I got a message for the liberals, the lying liberal bunch out there, and its bottom line is this right here. The so-called Washington reality is about to meet a hard-code fact, and that is that the American people have spoken, and we are behind Donald Trump 1,000%. And I'll tell you what happened to compromise. Compromise got us where we're at today. I mean, in case you people don't see it, the American people do. We're in big-time trouble. It ain't nothing but lying, corruption, and theft and thievery, and just all kinds of evil crap. And Hillary Clinton is their leader. And anybody that votes for her is a treasonous, treacherous, traitorous bastard.
And what are you going to do? I'm curious. If she wins, what are you?
Lying son of a bitch. Bye.
Did he say?
Yes.
His mother must be very proud of him. I was wondering what he would do. I don't know. I was just asking him how he would react, because that is my concern. How one candidate wins or the other candidate wins. They're very, very heated supporters, and he's very emotional about how someone like that might react to who wins.
Right.
And so, I mean, he's invested, and he feels strongly about it, and that's great. I think we know how he's going to vote. But how will he handle it if it doesn't go his way, and vice versa, you know?
Yeah, a lot of this could depend on the sort of example or degree to which the national leaders also plead for either calm or it could depend on how both Hillary and Trump react after the election.
Right. All right, let's go next to Harry. Hi, Harry. Good morning, Harry. Are you there? Is that on line 2?
Hello?
Hey, Harry, go ahead. Hi.
The thing about it is this. This is first thing is what's happening in our country, and it also takes in dwells with you.
because you had the manner of making the comment that it doesn't mean what it means yesterday when it was made and today. It's different because it's modern times. Excuse me, young man. The Constitution was written to be upheld. It is the law of the land. If a person does not like it, they have the right to take and try to change different things in the Constitution. It is the law of the land. And furthermore, in Article 2, where it talks about the oath of office, it says he is he. If people don't like it, they have the right to try to change it. That's the way to do things.
Oh, so you're saying, I think I remember your call. So you're saying under the Constitution, only a man can be president, right?
Under the Constitution says that. I don't say that. The Constitution says that. He and his. The thing about it is, if people don't like it, they have the right to try to take and amend it and change it.
Okay. What is it? I remember when he called before, and in referencing, and I don't have the Constitution in front of me, but why is it a woman can run for president in this country?
That's those words had to do with the grammatical use of the masculine for talking about all people. Obviously, the women have now been expended the right to vote on the 15th. All these interpretations have made it clear that none of those distinctions matter anymore. And so this is constitutional literalism taken to the extreme step, and really is bafflingly, well, I hate to say this, but pretty stupid.
Yeah. All right. Let's go next to Melanie. Hi, Melanie.
Hello, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good. What's on your mind?
Well, I guess I kind of break the mold of what they talk about when they talk about women and Trump. We talk about the middle class woman and the woman that hasn't, or the middle class that hasn't attended college. In a day where there's so much available through the internet for information, I kind of pride myself on looking into details and finding out the truth, not just going by what I'm told over the news stations. Mm-hmm. And what blows my mind is I look at Trump and Hillary. And Trump, yes, he has said and done a lot of things that I disagree with terribly. I am a Christian. I've done my best to live a Christian life and to be good to everybody. But when I look at him, I know that if he's elected and he goes to the White House, that he will have people, smart, good people surrounding him. He will learn. He'll learn what he thought he was going to get. He's really not going to have as president, and he's going to learn what he actually has. And he'll have people around him to keep him from making so many silly mistakes that he's made. But if Hillary gets in the White House, there's going to be so many surrounding her that are power and money hungry that she's going to get everything she wants. There'll be nobody to hold her back. And if you look into her life and what she's represented and what has truly happened, if you use that internet and you look and you read and you inform yourself, I don't understand how anybody could vote for her.
All right. Well, I respect someone that goes online and researches for themselves and makes a decision based on what they read, but there's so much out there. Yeah. You can go out there and find, that's the trick for everyone. And, someone who's truly nonpartisan and out there digging, trying to find, I think she probably had a leaning to begin with. I think most of us do, and then you tend to go to those types of articles and they reinforce what you already believe. It's very, very, very hard, not you, not me, not her, to find someone who's truly just a blank slate and is out there trying to get just the most fairest interpretations, objective, which is sometimes hard to find on the internet anyway, and then make a decision. That's a rare bird out there, but it's good that you educate yourself. We'll take a break. We'll be back with our final segment. More of your calls if you want to join in right after this.